Alright, so let's start off with the assault characters for the tier list. So I'm gonna pop it off, starting from worst to best. I'll try to do that for each one. I think it's pretty easy to say that this character is Cheeks Kirishima. Has a lot of super armors, hyper armor, whatever you want to call it. He hits like a truck, but the unfortunate part is nothing he has is too much. He doesn't really have too much range. Feels like Harden is just what it is. Not a whole bunch happening with Kiri, so I'm going to throw him in D tier. You don't really see a whole lot of him either. And honestly, I'm kind of glad about it, because whenever you do get Gamut or Beta, it doesn't feel great. Also, this tier list is going to be based off of no tunings, because the majority of players and new players coming to the game will probably not have access to all the tunings and all that, so we'll be without tuning. I think joining Kiri in the D tier, I want to throw Mount Lady. She just got buffed. Doesn't really feel like it did a whole lot for her. I mean, I've seen them a bit more here and there. Maybe tunings do things for her, but I haven't seen too many. I just know that anytime that she's ever in giant form, she is literally just free damage. She's just free damage. And for some reason, it never feels like the Mount Lady player tends to go back to normal size. They would rather just die in giant form, so that's cool. So yeah, I'm going to throw her next to Kiri and D tier. I think the next one I'm going to throw, I don't think we have any more D tier characters, but I will say I'm going to throw Shiggy. He's another one of these characters that you don't see a whole lot, Assault Shiggy. I think that he's fine. I think that he's the one that I've seen, he's like one of those characters when you see him and somebody's playing him and you know like this person knows how to play him, like you're like, damn, like this character has potential. And I think that all characters in this game, I think this game's in a decent state. I think all the characters have potential to be cracked, just to preface that. But I definitely think that Shiggy, you don't see a whole lot of him. He's alright. His decay, his mobility's decent. Can't say too much else about Shiggy. I think he's a C tier character. You don't see him a whole lot. I personally never feel oppressed by this character, so I'm gonna leave him there. I'll be honest. A part of me wants to throw in All Might in the C tier. I think he's better than Shiggy. I think his saving grace is his alpha, right? Because high skill expression, and it does decent damage. It's got a decent size AOE. It hits the ground. So I think that his alpha is like his saving grace. His mobility is decent. It kind of sucks. I think it's his beta with his tornado, or you do like the little slam thing. And like there's no way to continue his momentum, so whenever you do try to use your special action, and then you use your, I think it's beta, to try to get away, you're kind of a sitting duck. So for anybody that plays laser characters or beam characters, hit scan characters, I'd imagine you probably feel that a lot on All Might. Joining up, I think I'm gonna throw Kendo here in C tier. I think Kendo has potential. I think Kendo has the same issue. You don't see a lot of them. I think she's a harder hero. I think that her range is kind of like what limits her. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she also doesn't have the ability to, without her shield, kind of like, I forgot his name. Hawk. I'm gonna just call him Hawk Boy, even though it's not, because Hawk is already over here. She can't heal behind her shield. What is nice though is her shield, I believe, has way more HP. In addition to the fact that she's able to kind of defend herself and combo into her clap, which is extremely nice to have. But you don't see a whole lot of her, especially without tunings. It's just her mobility is going to be her biggest problem. You'll see, Kendos here and there do the Kendo tech, but those are very few and far between. So I'm going to go ahead and leave her here. I think that I think that these two are better than Kendo. let's go ahead and throw. I think we're gonna go ahead and move up. I'll go ahead and throw Endeavor here. Um, I think he's better than Kendo and Shiggy, and honestly even Yellow All Might. Endeavor, I think the thing that gives him the crazy, like I think the thing that makes him probably one of the best C tiers is the fact that his AOE is massive. His AOEs are massive. You don't really. He's one of another character in my opinion that kind of just fell off. You don't really see them much anymore. And it's, I mean, he did get nerfed. I don't know what the nerfs were, to be honest with you. But it's so obvious whenever somebody gets a nerf in this game because what was good isn't now, and then so nobody plays it because people don't like a harder time. They would rather just play the OP stuff, and so I mean it makes sense. So Endeavor, he's got the sun that he can throw at you. He's got the like little Dobby thing that he's got going on the fire ring that you have that like yoinks you back in the middle of it. Then you get his special action. He has decent mobility. I think now he can. So if you use space jump, this is a perk or a tuning or whatever. If you use space jump and then you use your special action, like that's I've noticed that's pretty nice to have on him. But yeah, we'll leave him there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go up a tier. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Young AFO B tier. I think he deserves B tier. I think his AoEs are massive. I think that his mobility is decent. He's a little slow, but decent movement. I think his AoEs are his saving grace. I feel like late game he's an absolute monster to deal with. I think that you're at a massive advantage if you have a full team alive and one of your teammates is a cracked Young AFO because he is a handful. Especially as a Cementos player, I'm a Cementos main. He can be a handful to deal with, in my opinion. Joining him, I'm gonna go throw. I forgot his name. Forgive me. I think he's really good. I think his damage is fantastic. I think that actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put him in A tier. I think he's really good. I think that him being able to heal behind his shield, res teammates behind his shield is so good. His damage is fantastic. His mobility is fantastic. I think that he's an all-around, like, if you're able to get him, definitely try to look into him. He's definitely worth the pickup. Going on to the actual B tier, new overhaul, assault overhaul. I think his mobility. First of all, I think this character is dope. I think they kicked and cooked. They cooked with the design for him. I think that his rocks on the ground and able to take that new mobility. He's got like a little Todoroki-esque looking slide where he can just spam his alphas and you can jump out of it. Like the movement looks clean. I think, and his special action being able to take you back to full health, and the tuning just makes him that much crazier. I think he's a pretty good hero. I also think that even though his alpha's tracked, I think that he's got one of the playstyles that has to be. He's got like a niche playstyle, in my opinion, which is really why you don't. I almost would argue that I see more support overhauls than I do yellows. I'm gonna go ahead and swap up to A tier. We're gonna go throw Uraraka up there. When Assault Uraraka came out, oh man, if you know, you know. She is an absolute monster. She does so much damage. She does so much damage, and being able to CC and then give her crate cover for herself. Being a Cementos player, I have high love for abilities that are able to create themselves cover, just like Overhaul, Cementos, and Uraraka that can kind of create themselves cover. I love that. Although she is exposed from the top, she can still create herself cover and get herself out of some sticky situations. But I think her damage is fantastic, and getting hit with the sign is always a good feeling. And I think this might be a hot take. I think that if you are a cracked out Deku, I think that if you're hitting your shots, I think that this character is so annoying to deal with. It is annoying to constantly be poked from like anywhere. And the ones that don't miss, this is specifically, I guess, this is like the one off. Like, if you can't aim, honestly, he's probably like a C tier character, but if you got aim, if you can aim, this dude is insane. His alphas too are just like his alphas just do so much, not so much damage, but like the way they feel. The way they feel is like it feels good. It's like it's a good feeling when you hit people with your alpha. But